Servants, and today we're going to talk about timing of the operation. A kicking operation, and when we say operation, we mean from snap to hold to kick, will last anywhere from 1.2 to 1.4 seconds. And in order to do that, you want to leave and start your approach to the ball when you see your holder's down hand come off the ground to catch the ball. So again, we line up for the ball, we line up for the kick, picking that target, taking our 3 steps back, lining up the target to go through his down hand and to our foot. Straight line there, and coming across 2 steps, looking our target, and from right here on out, we're staying focused on his down hand. He's going to give a cadence. Once his down hand comes up to catch the ball from the snap, that's our signal that we need to leave and start approaching the ball. And this is what it'll look like. Gold, set! So again, if you look at the one I left, his down hand, when he snaps the ball, he can't catch it with one hand. He's got to bring that other hand up. So when his down hand comes up to catch the ball, that is when I'm going to start my approach. So one more time. One last look at the target. Once I get my last look at the target, keeping my eyes on the down hand, and I'm just waiting that to leave the ground. Once I see it leave the ground, then that's when I start my approach. Gold, set! Alright, we're going to talk about why it's important to have a operation time within 1.2 to 1.4 seconds. First off, 1.4 seconds, anything faster than that, anything slower than 1.4 seconds is going to have a really high likelihood of having that kick blocked. So 1.4 seconds is probably the slowest you want to kick the ball. However, you don't want to kick any faster than 1.2 seconds, because if you kick fast, 2 things could happen. You could be so fast that if you're at 1.2 seconds, that holder may still be turning the laces out or setting the ball down, where you may get there before he's ready for you. So his ball may not be set up the way you want it to be by the time you get there. Or if you're going too fast, you're going to feel like you're sprinting through or sprinting to the ball, and that's not a natural way to kick the ball. The natural way to kick the ball is just to take your natural steps and your natural kick and follow through. So if you're faster than 1.2 seconds, your holder may not have the ball the way you want it to be, and you may be just sprinting through the ball, making that unnatural. And if you're slower, you may get that nice good approach, that ball may be nice and set up, nice big juicy sweet spot staring at you, kicking through the uprights. But if you're too slow, there's a great chance that rush is coming at you and they'll be able to block it. So that's at 1.2 seconds to 1.4 seconds, that's the window that you want to kick the ball in. Alright, we're going to talk about a drill you can do to help perfect your timing of the operation. And in a game, you don't want to go on set every time. You don't want to go on 2 every time. You don't want to go on the same count every time, because the opposing team, if you're out there kicking a lot, they're going to figure it out. So you want to mix it up. So one drill you can do is during practice, mix up your counts and coordinate your counts with your long snapper and your holder, so they know when to snap the ball, when to expect the ball, and you know when you're going to kick the ball, because you can have that clock rolling in your head and you can better anticipate when his down hand is going to come up. So there's 4 different snaps you can do. You can go on a hard set, you can go on set, you can go on 1, or you can go on 2. And we're going to demonstrate them all for you. And also, keep in mind the play clock. Let's say it's at last, you're coming down the wire, there's no timeouts left, you run on the field, you got to hurry up and get a kick in. You're not going to want to go on 2. You may want to go on a hard set or a set. So keep that in mind also. But the drill you can do is throughout practice, throughout the games, coordinate the snap count with your holder and your long snapper, so you can anticipate when you're going to snap the ball, when you're going to hold the ball, when you're going to leave to hold the ball. And also you're going to be so inconsistent with your with when you're snapping the ball that the other team is not going to be able to figure out when you're leaving. If you're consistently going on set, they're going to figure it out. So you want to mix it up so they don't know when you're coming. So the first one is just going to be on a hard set. There's no cadence, it's just set. I got my small target, lined it up through the hold to my foot, 2 steps across, looking at my target, give the holder the nod to go and start his cadence. This is a hard set. Set! So a hard set is just a set, no cadence whatsoever. So now we're going to go on a softer set as opposed to a hard set where there's no color. So we got the target, it's going through the down spot to my foot, taking my 2 steps across, making sure my hip is in line with the outside of the ball. One last look at my target and I give them the okay for the count. Gold, set! From there, so we've done the hard set, which is a set. We've done a soft set where we got some colors. Now we're going to go on 1. So there's going to be 1 second pause between set and snap. So I got my target picked out, going through my target, through the spot of the ball, to my foot, coming across. Last look at my target, hip is in line with the outside of the ball. Give him okay. Gold, set! And our last one is on 2. So after set, we got 2 seconds before the ball is snapped. So we got my target. It's going through the spot of the ball to my foot, coming across. Hip is in line with the outside of the ball. One last look at my target. Give him okay to start the cadence. Gold, set! So those are the 4 different snap counts you can use. You want to mix them up in games, get comfortable with all of them so you can be effective with each and every one. And this will allow you to keep the opponent from figuring out what you're going on every time and prevent them from anticipating or knowing when the ball is going to be snapped. And it'll help you make a kick and not have it blocked. And it'll help you understand by coordinating the counts with your long snapper and your holder, you're going to be able to better anticipate when the ball's coming, so you're going to be able to have a faster, more efficient kick and operation time. The entire field goal operation is completed in a short 1.2 to 1.4 seconds. The snapper snaps the ball 7 yards. The holder catches the ball, turns it so the laces are out, and the kicker will kick the ball after approaching the ball from 3 yards away. All of this happens while the other team is running as fast as they can so they can block your kick. The linemen on your team are trying to stop them from doing so. The wind may be blowing across the field or even right at your face. The fans could be chanting to block that kick or anything else to try to get you to miss. It may be a close game and your kick may be determining the outcome. All of this happens in a short 1.2 to 1.4 seconds. You can't possibly worry about all these factors. So then the question is, what should you worry about? While there are many factors going on, you should only worry about one of them. You should only focus on one aspect of your kick. Your kick is the only thing that you can control. If you worry about more than one aspect, if you worry about things you can't control, you will be overwhelmed. The Bible says, why? You don't even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. And that's James chapter 4, verse 14. Just like the field goal operation is a short 1.2 to 1.4 seconds, our lives are also very short. James says our lives are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. A mist. Think of it. A mist is a very short spray of water that rises from a larger body of water and instantly vanishes and returns from where it came from. Similarly, in the grand scheme of things, our lives are very short, and we will also instantly vanish and return from where we have come from. So in the very short time we spend walking around on earth that God has created, what should we be worrying about? Just like we can't be worrying about the snap, hold, rush, or anything else we can't control during a kick, in our lives, we shouldn't be worrying about anything we can't control. We shouldn't be worrying about the things we can't control today. We shouldn't be worrying about the things that may or may not happen tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or any other time. We're not guaranteed to see next week, next month, next year, or any other time in the future. We shouldn't be worrying about any of this. We shouldn't be worrying our lives away because it will come and go before we know it. Furthermore, life is far too short. No matter how many years we live, we can't be deceived into thinking that we have all the time in the world to live for Christ, as well as enjoying the time spent with loved ones. We need to live for God today. If we do this, we'll be able to fulfill God's plan for us no matter when our life ends. And as a result of not worrying about the things we can't control in today or the future, we lead far more productive lives. We'll be able to live the life that God has planned for us to live, and we will be able to make the kick of life.